Welcome to the She Believes She Could podcast. I'm your host, Allison Walsh. This show is dedicated to helping you show up, shine bright, and achieve abundant success. Each episode is packed with advice and actionable resources to elevate your mindset, confidence, business, and brand, all while focusing on your happiness, well-being, and success. I am so excited that you're here. I can't wait to get started, so let's get to work.
For the women who do it all, and then do a little more. We're here for you. At AdventHealth for Women, we created the region's only women's health navigation team to make healthcare simpler. Our registered nurses will match you with the right doctors, schedule your appointments, and more for you and your whole family. So you can keep making hard look easy.
Welcome back to the She Believes She Could podcast. I'm your host, Allison Walsh, and I could not be more excited about this episode. Over the last few months, our Make a Difference series has spotlighted some of the most incredible change makers and people that have taken their passions, their pain, and their purpose and turned them into movements that are changing lives. And since sharing their stories, there have actually been some amazing updates, proof that when we follow our calling, the ripple effect keeps growing. Again, a huge heartfelt thank you to our partners at AdventHealth for Women and Be a Mindleader for making this series possible. Your commitment to amplifying meaningful stories and empowering families is making such an impact. Today, we're celebrating these voices, the lessons, the love, and the light that they're putting out into the world. First up was Noelle Schnacky. Her Hope for Heart Kids Foundation is truly life-changing. We began the series with Noelle. She is Miss Florida's teen founder of Hope for Heart Kids. Noelle's journey began after heartbreak. She lost her cousin Tyler to a congenital heart defect when he was 15 years old, but she decided to do something about it, to bring hope to other heart families. In her episode, she shared that CHD is 60 times more common than childhood cancer, but hardly anybody talks about it. That truth became her motivation to write not one, but 5 children's books, raise awareness, fund programs, and help families who lost their loved ones or are struggling during their hardest moments. What struck me most was her faith, the way prayer, purpose, and God's timing guide every step of her journey. When life feels heavy, she leans into her quiet time with God, trusting that what happens in private prepares her for what's ahead. That faith-first perspective fuels her entire family. Together, the Schnackys use their platforms as Christian influencers to spread positivity, hope, and light to millions, showing what it looks like to use influence for impact and to glorify God through service. And there have been some great updates since her episode aired. Noelle's service has been recognized nationally. She was named a semifinalist for the Teens in Action Award at Miss America's Teen back in September, which is a beautiful acknowledgement of her heart for service and her willingness to lead with faith. Noelle's story reminds us that age does not define impact. Faith, courage, and purpose do. We were super grateful to have the time with Noelle, and we hope you loved her story too. Next up, we had Christi Ashby and Kate Slentz, the powerhouse mother-daughter team behind Orange Appeal Magazine and the Orlando Women's Conference. For years, they have poured their hearts and souls into building platforms that highlight women's achievements, elevate local businesses, and strengthen community through connection. Their mission has always been clear: to shine a light on women and organizations making a difference. Through their magazine, their events, and their unwavering advocacy, Christi and Kate have created a ripple effect of empowerment across Central Florida, a network of supporting women, celebrating one another's wins, and sharing resources to help everybody rise. I am beyond grateful for their friendship and their support over the years. They've been unbelievable champions of my work and so many others that I love and adore. They have celebrated milestones with me and consistently used their voices to amplify the missions of women creating change. Their generosity, authenticity, and dedication are absolutely unmatched, and their legacy is going to continue to inspire generations to come. Christi and Kate remind us that when women collaborate instead of compete, entire communities grow stronger together. Next up was Paris Richardson, and she brought so much grace, purpose, and wisdom far beyond her years. As Miss Florida 2025 and founder of C.R.O.W.N, which stands for Community, Research, Outreach, Wellness, and Nutrition, Paris is redefining what it means to lead with heart and service. What started as a high school project became a statewide initiative focused on health equity, education, and prevention. She's partnered with organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, Blue Zones, PBS Kids, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, to name a few, to make wellness and nutrition accessible for children and families across Florida. Her drive comes from growing up in Title I schools and seeing firsthand how limited access to health and resources affects kids and families. That experience ignited her calling to close those gaps and create real change by meeting communities where they are. Long before she wore the crown of Miss Florida, Paris lived like a title holder, leading by example, advocating for others, and proving that leadership isn't about recognition, but about responsibility. At Miss America, Paris earned the National Quality of Life Award for her service through C.R.O.W.N of Health and finished as second runner-up to Miss America. We are so proud. Beyond the accolades, Paris's humility and faith shine through everything that she does. She serves with authenticity, grace, and conviction, proving that when purpose leads the way, success naturally follows. Her story is a beautiful reminder that confidence is grounded in service, and that creates impact that lasts long after the spotlight fades. Congratulations, Paris. Next up was Jaeann Ashton from AdventHealth. We had the opportunity to sit down with Jaeann. She is the Executive Director of Community Engagement for AdventHealth Central Florida. She leads with vision and heart, building bridges between healthcare and community so that every person has the opportunity to thrive. Her team tackles some of the most pressing needs in our regions: mental health access, maternal care, and social determinants of health like housing and nutrition. Every 3 years, through the Community Health Needs Assessment, Jaeann and her team listen to what the residents of this community actually need, zip code by zip code. Then they create programs that move the needle for real families here. Those impactful insights have led to incredible initiatives like urgent care models for kids in crisis and free prenatal education for moms and families. Her leadership shows that data is only powerful when it drives decisions and compassion. Jaeann reminds us that when organizations listen first and act with empathy, entire communities change for the better. Thanks, Jaeann, for being on the show.
50% of mental health illnesses begin by age 14, yet only 1/3 of parents regularly discuss mental health with their children. AdventHealth for Children and Heart of Florida United Way are teaming up to change this. We're helping people take pride in caring for their minds by empowering them to join our new movement and be a mind leader. We've created resources to encourage conversations around mental health and help shape the next generation of mind leaders. Learn more and join the movement at beamindleader.com.
Next up was Keesha Scott from Guardian Recovery and founder of Cake for Dinner. So not only did she co-found Guardian Recovery, she is a certified parenting coach and host of Cake for Dinner. Keesha shared one of the most refreshing and real conversations of the series, and she opened up about her 20-plus years of sobriety, raising twins as a single mom, and her journey to turning pain into purpose by helping families heal through honesty and connection. Her approach to life and parenting is raw, real, and beautiful, and she's a reminder that people don't connect with perfection, they connect with authenticity. Keesha embodies that truth every day, inviting others to drop the mask and lead with grace. Her story is filled with humor, wisdom, and heart, and since her episode aired, we are so excited to share that she landed a book deal and will be publishing in January 2027 under Simon & Schuster. So congratulations, Keesha. Her voice and her vision are expanding far beyond the podcast, and I know her words will continue to inspire people around the world to live freely and fearlessly. I highly recommend that you tune in to her episode. She is absolutely priceless. Next on the show is Keene. She is a woman whose resilience absolutely takes your breath away. After surviving an act of gun violence that claimed her husband's life, Karen made a powerful decision. She would not be defined by tragedy. She would use it to help others. Through Athena Next Gen Orlando, she has also mentored over 500 women in leadership, creating spaces where strength and sisterhood go hand in hand. And through her work as a national fellow with Every Town for Gun Safety, she's turning her story into advocacy, raising awareness about mental health and violence prevention on a national stage. Her courage moved our listeners to take action. There were donations that were made to Every Town in her honor after hearing her episode. Karen is a living example of how hope can grow out of heartbreak and how purpose can emerge from pain. Her strength and story remind us that resilience is built one act of courage at a time. Our next guest was Dr. Karwanna Irving from She's Got Goals. When she joined us, she redefined what it meant to build wealth on purpose. Her whole mission is to help other entrepreneurs generate wealth, and she's teaching them how to do that through government contracting. She specifically focused on teaching women how to transform their skills into scalable businesses. Her story of faith, strategy, and self-belief reminds us that confidence is not arrogance. It's trust in the vision God has placed on your heart. Dr. Irving shows women that financial freedom and service can coexist beautifully when you lead with integrity and impact. She's helped thousands of women rewrite what success looks like and to walk boldly into rooms where they belong. I was thrilled to welcome the next guest, Jessica Galo, who is the Director of Specialty Care at AdventHealth for Children, onto the show. She's responsible for Be a Mindleader, which is an initiative that encourages open, honest dialogue around mental health while equipping parents, educators, and kids with the tools that they need to thrive. Her team has launched multilingual campaigns, ambassador programs, and grassroots partnerships that are changing the way families talk about mental well-being. This mission is one that Maddie and I, my daughter, hold close to our hearts as well. We are so proud to serve as ambassadors for Be a Mindleader, using our own voices to help families start those difficult conversations and to remind kids that they are never alone. Watching Maddie share her story and advocate for mental health with such courage has been one of the greatest joys of my life. And together with AdventHealth for Children and Heart of Florida United Way, Jessica and her team continue to lead a movement that's creating safer, stronger, and more connected communities. Their work reminds us that one conversation can change and even save a life. A massive thank you to Jessica Galo for being on the show. And finally, wrapping up the Make a Difference series is my dear friend, Johanna Kandel, founder and CEO of the National Alliance for Eating Disorders. For more than 2 decades, Johanna has turned her own recovery journey into a mission that has impacted hundreds of thousands of lives. Under her leadership, the Alliance has grown into the nation's leading organization, providing free support groups, education, and referrals for individuals and their families in need. Since her episode aired, the Alliance has celebrated a major milestone: 25 years of impact, hope, and healing. That is a quarter century of breaking stigma and offering community to those who need it most. Johanna is proof that when you turn your pain into purpose, your story becomes a lifeline for someone else. Her dedication and heart inspired all of us to keep using our gifts to make the world a better place. I am beyond grateful to have shared space with these incredible women. Each of them have shown us that making a difference doesn't always start big. It starts with being brave, with telling your story, and when focusing on the difference you can make. It starts with saying yes to the whisper inside you that says, I can do something. To our partners at AdventHealth for Women and Be a Mindleader, thank you for believing in these stories and helping us to share them with the world. And to you, our listeners, thank you for being a part of this journey. You all took action after hearing these stories, and I could not be more grateful. We've got even more inspiring conversations ahead, so stay tuned, stay hopeful, and keep believing in your ability to make a difference. And as always, I believe in you 1,000%, and my goal is that you do too. Take care, beautiful. See you next time. And that's a wrap on today's episode. I hope you found inspiration, insight, and maybe even that little push that you needed to keep moving towards your goals. Remember, you are capable, you are worthy, and you are meant for more. Whatever dreams are on your heart, keep showing up, keep believing, and keep taking action, because the world needs what only you can bring. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you'd take a moment to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with a friend who needs to hear this message today. And if you want to keep the conversation going, please connect with me over on Instagram at Allison Walsh. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway. We've also got some awesome freebies that we've linked in the show notes, so make sure that you take advantage of them. Until next time, keep believing in yourself, keep shining bright, and never forget, I believe in you 1,000%, and my goal is that you do too. Take care, beautiful. We'll see you next time.